done nothing, so they have nothing to say.
All right, there's one thing that I'll take from your conversation with me right now. She says that the PTI government is scared. Are they?
Scared of what?
I don't know. This is what it is.
Scared of so much. Like we have done so much things, and still every day, you know, they're taking some stance, and then
it's a very ambiguous statement that you have just said.
It's clear statement from my side.
If Prime Minister Imran Khan says that if he had the option, then 50 people will be arrested, it's not something out of scariness, you know. It is, you know, maybe he rather is feeling a little bit folded by laws or by constitution, because that's the domain of NAB, and NAB is the constitutional body now. It's not under the executive or under the government authority. Otherwise, like FIA or other agencies which are subordinate to the government, if had NAB been like that, then 50 people would have been arrested. There should have not been any doubt. Because what has been their pronouncements or their plans or their thinking rather for the last 5 years especially, and before that, that they will arrest the corrupt people, whatsoever they think are the corrupt people. And secondly, many of their members who are now the ministers, they've been proclaiming that the day, you know, the government will come in, they will bring back, or they will fetch the billions of dollars, around $200 billion figure was there from one of the members who is now the member of the federal cabinet, you know. So $200 billion they thought they will be able to bring back in the country, which they said it's the looted money of the country. Now is the government again, I'll say, as I said earlier, that the government must bring up the figure where this debt was spent, you know. Similarly, if the wealth of the country is abroad, the government should make an appropriate arrangement for bringing that, you know. One thing they...
Will it be easy bringing all that wealth back to Pakistan?
I think if the PTI member would have been here, you should have asked them.
Otherwise, but as a journalist, what's your point?
You know, it's not easy, you know. It's always very difficult, you know, because the global safe havens, which are especially created that the people can bring their money, they can, you know, put their money over there, they are under some laws, you know. The British Virgin Island, for example, or Panama, you know, these Panama papers were not officially released by the Panamanian government. The papers were stolen and they were released. So the governments which establish or set up such havens, they do are these made through their own laws, you know. If those countries, for example, the Swiss banks, if they amend their laws and they, you know, furnish the details, only then it's possible. Otherwise, these are the slogans. They can check some practices in Pakistan that people can get afraid of doing their wrongdoings. But to me, it's difficult, you know. There was an agreement, for example, with the British government when their Home Minister Sajid Javed was here. We got some other version. But when he went back, he explained those the MOU here, you know, in a different manner. That's a gap, you know, and this gap is there when I can foresee that if there is a wealth, that will be brought back. Having said that, it's also a well-known, you know, aspect in Pakistan. The people of Pakistan do think that why all these wealthy and rich people, they made billions of rupees abroad for purchasing the property. They have their properties over there. It means their wealth is there. If this wealth has been invested here, if this wealth has been here in our banks or so, probably dollar would not have jumped up.
All right.